What's up, gamers? This is John, host of Video Games in the World, and this is The Legend of Zelda Part 3. Now, last time we were done with the 3rd and 4th dungeons, and now we are heading for the 5th dungeon and later to the 6th dungeon. I swear this is a long video because, first of all, I'm getting the magic sword in this one, and then I'm gonna go to the 5th dungeon, which is on Death Mountain. After that, the video ends at the entrance of the 6th temple. Buy something, will ya? Okay. I'll get the arrow first. And then the bomb. Alright, here we go. So there's a passageway that you can so there's a way to get to the not only to the 6th temple quicker, but also to the magic sword rather than getting to the Lost Woods. The first Zelda game is where getting a sword you required a certain number of hearts. For example, the white sword, you could only get it when you had like about 5 or 6 hearts, I think. And as for the magic sword, you only required 12 hearts. That was before Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, where you required 3 pendants in order to get the Master Sword, and the sword tempering one. And also after that, you threw the sword into the mysterious pond, which was at Ganon's pyramid in the Dark World, of course. However, you required a certain number of seashells in The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening in order to get a more powerful sword. Ocarina of Time, Spiritual Stones. Okay, now guys, this is the Power Bracelet. The Power Bracelet, it can be used to move boulders that will open secret stairways in order to... And these stairways you could warp anywhere. Oh, Jesus. Those things are strong. Alright. Killing ghosts. Master using this and you can have it. Master using it and you can have this. There we go. That's the magical sword. Now, with a magical sword, you can hit your enemies. You can take down your enemies with only one hit. But not every enemy takes down with one hit. Only like 2 or 3 hits can be required to take your enemy down. Now remember, in the original Legend of Zelda, any enemy that was colored red was the weakest. The blue ones were the strongest. Now, you can bomb the cave, but I'm gonna do that later. Bomb the cave in order to get a potion. Okay. There we have it. Okay, let's get that bomb. Open it up, and then get the potion. And now, I'm gonna end up with nothing more than 10 rupees. Jesus Christ. 5 pieces. Only 4 pieces of the Triforce. Only 3 left. I remember when I was a little kid and I played the very first Legend of Zelda gamers. I'll never forget the first time I played this game. Seems like a long time ago. Okay. Woo! Freaking boulders. And those boulders continue falling in the other games of when you get to Death Mountain, except in Zelda 2. Now, there was a remake of The Legend of Zelda original for the Super NES, but I think it's a fan-made game. It's called BS Zelda. Now, in order to get to the temple, you need to climb up the stairs like 4 times. There you go. Now, in BS Zelda, you could either play as Link or a different character, like someone with a cap, or like a boy or a girl. It was like your avatar or something. Now, the sequel to BS The Legend of Zelda was BS The Legend of Zelda Ancient Stone Tablets. And that game was a lot more popular than its predecessor. It was available only via the Satellaview add-on for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, the game is similar to the original, but there are several key differences. The game's central heroes are the avatar characters of the BSX, which are based on the info given during account creation, which is also true for the Ancient Stone Tablets. Both the male and female characters wear a green tunic, though others are later available. The male character wears a backwards baseball cap, whereas the female character has long red hair, but is otherwise exactly the same as a male character. And due to a time system, the overworld has been cut in half vertically from an 8 to 16 grid to an 8 to 8 grid, making it look square. The dungeons and overworld all look different, but the general landmarks remain the same. The game also included much higher quality graphics. Oh, Jesus. I got killed by a Gib, though. Payback time. There are lots of differences, but it's still a pretty good game. Now, in the first map, the first 6 dungeons in map 1 of BS Zelda are in the shape of a letter. When put together, it spells out saying Giga. The other 2 dungeons are shaped like a skull and a down arrow. However, in the second quest, each of the dungeons are in the shapes of the letters, which together spell out Nintendo. The bosses are pretty much the same thing. Aquamantis, Dodongo, Manhandla, Dig Dogger, the Patra, which you're going to see in the final dungeon of the game. Oh boy, I hate those blue guys. The blue dart nuts? Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus. There's also Goma and Ganon. It's funny how they didn't have Gleeok in the game. However, the Dragon Gleeok appears in the Gleeok not only appears in in the very first game, but also returns in Oracle of Seasons, the Minish Cap, and in Phantom Hourglass. Now, the Dark Nuts, recurring enemies in The Legend of Zelda, were not only in the original Legend of Zelda, but also they would appear in Link's Awakening, Four Swords Adventures, and also the Oracle games, I believe, and in Twilight Princess. But in Twilight Princess, they could just kick your ass before you even know it. If you're not careful, of course. They also appear in Link's Crossbow Training. I never played it before. Link's Crossbow Training. In the Legend of Zelda TV series, a Dark Nut only appears in one episode, That Sinking Feeling. In that episode, Link and Zelda encounter a Dark Nut as they are journeying through the underworld. It was kind of a good fight despite the cheesiness of the cartoon. And it also appeared in the Valiant comics of The Legend of Zelda. Now regarding the Dark Nuts, the Iron Knuckles, regarding the Dark Nuts look, the blue ones, they give you the most trouble. They're a lot faster, smarter, and they take a chunk out of your health quicker than a speeding bullet before you know it. It's a freaking nightmare with those freaking Dark Nuts. It's like a freaking episode of Glee gone wrong. Okay. There's a stairway. And now we got the flute. Now, the flute is necessary for the boss in this dungeon. But when you use the flute outside, a tornado is summoned, a wind is summoned, and you can be taken to another dungeon. Okay, more Gyarados to fight and more money to reclaim. Huh. Can't cross through that door even if I kill him, huh? Looks like I can only get there through the other side. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in just a couple of days, the next Star Wars movie is coming out. It's Star Wars: The Rise of the Skywalker, and so many reviews are. And judging by the reviews, I haven't read one single review, but it looks like the movie has tanked. Jesus Christ. Some people will blame it on Ryan Johnson, Kathleen Kennedy, but if the movie's bad, it's bad. If it's good, it's good. And you know what? I'm actually gonna find out for myself. I'm not gonna trust it. I'm not gonna look at reviews. Huh, red dark nuts. Huh. At least they ain't such at least they ain't so bad. But you know, about my review of Star Wars 2 years ago, The Last Jedi, I give it a C, which means like more like a 7 out of 10. Because of lack of character development, and the casino subplot was stupid, and I didn't like Luke's portrayal in the movie. But of course, people who didn't like The Last Jedi were like, oh my god, you're just a man baby. You just don't like strong women. It's not about the women, and bro, it's what we didn't like about it. The character of Rey, I have no problems with her. Jesus. Okay, now, those cat-like creatures are called Pole's Voice, I forgot to mention. And you can kill them with one shot from your arrows. That's a cool thing. In the next room, we got the boss, the Dig Dogger. Let's take our flute. Haha. Now, when you use the flute on a Dig Dogger, it's gonna shrink into one eye. But in other dungeons, when it comes back, it's gonna... Not only it's gonna shrink, but it can also split into 2 or 3 eyes. And that's gonna be a problem. You know this song, da 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 da. That is played in in Mario 3 when you play the flute. Super Mario 3, I remember playing the heck out of that game with my friends and my family. Oh boy, fun times, fun times. But some people I know would get so pissed off that when someone used the flute because they wanted to beat the whole game and see every world. Someone I used to play with, he used to get so pissed off when one of us used the flute. I mean, I didn't use the flute because I loved playing it the hard way. Sorry, it's just so many good memories coming in my head right now. So here, ladies and gentlemen, in the big city, we just had a white squall, and it was crazy. And tomorrow here, it's gonna feel like a -2. Jesus Christ. Whenever it gets cold, gotta bundle up. Okay, so you can get to the 6th dungeon by going through either the Lost Woods or near Death Mountain, if you have the ladder, of course. The Lost Woods is a recurring area in The Legend of Zelda. In Ocarina of Time, the Lost Woods is at the Kokiri Forest, and that's where you get the where you get to the forest temple to rescue your friend Saria. There you go. I will cross to the Lost Woods, but first, there's something I need to do. In order to accurately shoot my arrows in the next dungeon. Okay, let's take a boomerang. Got it. Oh. Okay. It's a secret to everybody. I know, I know. Okay, you got to go. In order to cross the Lost Woods, first go up. Then you go to the right. Then you go to down. Then the right. And ta-da! You're already out of the Lost Woods. Okay. Yes. Just looking for some money while getting ready to wrap this video up. Now, like I said about the first game of The Legend of Zelda, it doesn't have much of a story except that you have to look for the 8 shards of the Triforce of Wisdom in order to defeat Ganondorf and save Princess Zelda. However, after Zelda 2 started having like a little bit of story as a sequel to The Legend of Zelda. And like I said, I don't know. And about Zelda 2, a lot of people said they didn't like it, but personally, I found this game to be awesome. Adventure of Link, you know what I'm saying? Huh. I could remake it if I could plan to remake that game on Game Maker Studio. You know what I'm saying? Buy medicine before you go. Sure will. Okay. And this is just me trying to look for some money and hearts, you know. Jesus. But you know, those horse-like creatures appear in Zelda 3 and in other games too. The Armos Knights. Okay, now let's just go to the temple and wrap this video up. So, see you in the next video, people. Later.